In the cold dark of deep space, nothing moved. The stars were silent. Asteroids floated slowly past a dead zone, a place no ships returned from. Commander Jex of the Tarvak Empire stood on the bridge of his warship, Claw of Honor. His yellow eyes stared at the hologram in front of him. A signal played again and again. It was weak, broken. But the name in the message was clear. HSS Phantom, ... request. Backup, ... Jex narrowed his eyes. That name, Phantom. It was not the name of any known ship, at least not real ones. Beside him, Officer Zurin whispered, "That can't be true. That ship was just a human story, a myth." Commander Jex didn't speak for a moment. Then he said coldly, 3 scout ships vanished here, and now this signal, myth or not, something is out there. The room grew quiet. Even the background hum of the ship's engine seemed to fade. The story of the Phantom long ago. During the First Human War, there was talk of a strange warship. It didn't follow orders. It didn't use normal weapons. Some said it was controlled by a lost AI. Others believed it was cursed. They said the ship didn't just fight. It destroyed entire fleets alone. Then, one day, it vanished. No one ever found it, no records, no wreckage. Alien empires laughed at the story. They called it Earth's fairy tale, a scary bedtime story to keep enemies afraid. But now, that same name had returned, ... Phantom. Burned Rekag's fleet moved closer to the signal's location. They found something floating in space, what was left of their missing scout ship. It was completely destroyed, no signs of battle, no weapon damage, just burned as if fire had swallowed it in space. Impossible. The engineers scanned the wreck. "Commander," the lead tech said, voice shaking, "this ship was melted from the inside, in 1 second. No blast marks, no missiles, just heat, massive. Sudden heat." Jex turned away. Something wasn't right. This wasn't any normal enemy. The ghostly appearance suddenly, alarms screamed. "Unknown signal approaching," Jex barked. "Shields up, battle stations." But there was no visual, no ship on radar, just a growing hum. The lights dimmed on the bridge. A strange pressure filled the air as if something massive was just outside. Then, a shadow passed by the viewport. Black, silent, massive. No engines, no lights, just darkness in the shape of a ship. The crew froze. "Is that ... it?" Someone whispered. "It didn't fire. It didn't speak. It just moved past them ... slowly, and then vanished again into the black." A fleet in Fearjex watched it go. His hands were shaking, but he couldn't show fear. Not in front of his crew. "Track it," he ordered. "I want to know where it's going." But the signal was already gone. Nothing remained, not even an energy trail. Officer Zurin said, "This thing, it burned our scouts and just left us alive." Why? Jex didn't answer. Deep inside, he feared the truth. The stories were real. The Phantom had returned. Back at High Command, when the fleet returned to Tarvok High Command, Jex gave his report. Some generals laughed. Others stayed silent. The ruling emperor, Lord Tharn, stood slowly and asked, "Are you saying the human ghost ship lives?" Jex nodded. "It was real. It's still out there. And it didn't attack us." Yet the emperor's face turned pale. He remembered old human records, the kind no one was allowed to read anymore, the kind that talked about a ship built with ancient Earth tech, powered by an AI so dangerous. Even humans had sealed it away, and now it had returned. Whispers in the galaxy within days, rumors spread across space. Alien empires heard of the ghost ship. Many refused to believe it. Others started scanning deep space. On one planet, a captured human smiled when he heard the news. "You should have left it buried," he whispered. "Now it remembers." Alien scientists tried to find more info. Earth refused to comment. No answers, no warnings, only silence. That scared them more than anything. A lone escape pod drifted through space, small, broken, barely alive. Inside, one alien officer from the destroyed Tarvok fleet clung to life. His skin was burned, his suit was torn, but his eyes were open wide with terror. Rescue teams pulled him out and rushed him to the medbay. His heart was weak. He hadn't eaten for days. But when a nurse asked him what happened, he whispered, "It didn't fire. It didn't chase us. It just looked at us, and everything turned to fire. The room went silent. "What do you mean? What looked at you?" The officer's voice shook. "The ship, the myth. It's not a ship. It's something else, something alive." Then he died. No explosion, no battle, just a presence. And death, whispers across the galaxy. The story spread fast. One survivor from the Phantom attack. He said it didn't use weapons, no missiles, no lasers, just heat, pressure, and a strange feeling like your own mind was collapsing. Some called it fear. Others called it a message. Alien command in panic, the Tarvok Emperor ordered secret meetings. Military leaders from 5 alien empires came together. The question on everyone's mind, what is this ship? Is it really human? A Zern diplomat slammed his hand on the table. This is impossible. Ships don't think. Ships don't burn other ships without weapons. A human prisoner, held in the corner of the room, smiled and said quietly, "You're wrong. That ship doesn't need weapons. It's not just human, it's what humans feared." They looked at him, confused. It was built in anger, left in silence. And now, it remembers you. Trying to silence the panic, the Galactic News tried to hide the story. Leaders told the public it was just an engine accident in deep space, but people talked. Pilots refused to fly near the ghost. Zone.cargo routes changed. Entire systems turned off their beacons, afraid the Phantom might notice them. The galaxy had laughed at Earth's myth. Now, they whispered its name with fear. Earth's silent response, the Galactic Council sent a message to Earth. "Do you know of this ship?" Earth responded with only 2 words, classified information. Number emotion, no denial, no threat, just cold silence. And silence is what made the other empires even more afraid. Strange, events begin in Sector 12. A small alien fleet disappeared near an asteroid belt. No debris, no signals, just gone. A week later, a mining station in deep space received a strange signal, an old Earth radio broadcast. From 300 years ago, no one could explain how it got there. That same night, the stars above the station turned red for 10 seconds and then turned back to normal. The miners left everything and fled. They swore they heard a voice in the static whisper. "You forgot us. We did not forget you." The survivor's warning, second survivor, was found weeks later, this time from a merchant ship. He was not burned, not hurt, but he could not speak. He only sat in the corner of his room, rocking back and forth. When a psychic tried to read his mind, she screamed and collapsed. She said she saw a giant red eye in the darkness, watching her and waiting. The survivor finally spoke 2 words. "It's hunting." The Galactic Command had seen enough. One ship, just one, was making the entire galaxy afraid. Trade routes were closing. People were panicking. Fleets were pulling back. So the Council made a choice. We will end this ghost story. They built a hunting fleet, 5 empires united, 40 warships, 10 dreadnoughts, 1 command mothership called Judgment Star, admirals from the Tarvok Zern, Volari, and 2 other species stood together, proud, armed, ready. One of them laughed. "It's just one ship." Let's show the galaxy what happens to myths. They had the best tracking tech, strongest shields, and weapons that could melt moons, but they didn't understand. This was not a normal enemy. Tracking the Phantom, though, fleet moved towards Sector Ningamoth, the last known place the Phantom had been seen. Scouts went ahead. Silent probes launched into the dark. For days, nothing happened. Then one scout found something, a single human beacon. Old, floating in space, covered in scratches. They brought it inside the Judgment Star. It began to blink. Then it played a message, in Earth's voice. "Calm cold, you were warned. We buried the past. You dug it up. Now, it remembers. Engines off." The trapped admirals still didn't believe it. "Just a trick," they said, "a scare tactic." So they pushed forward. On day 4, deep inside, a dead star system. They saw it at first, just a shadow, no energy reading, no engine trail. Then, Kravos of the Zern race gave the order, "Fire all weapons." Lasers, plasma, torpedoes, missiles, everything hit the dark ship, and nothing happened. No damage, no movement, It responded, not with guns, with light. A red pulse exploded from the center of the ship, not a blast. A wave dot, and in seconds, ships vanished. No fire. No wreckage. Just gone. Panic in the fleet. It's inside our systems. Our weapons won't lock. Shields failing. We're being boarded. No wait, it's not boarding. It's burning through the hull. Chaos took over ships. Tried to retreat, but the stars around them turned black, like the ship was bending light. Itself they couldn't see, couldn't move. One admiral screamed over the comms, "It's not attacking us. It's deciding who to kill first." Admiral Veltra of the Valari species stood, shaking. Opened a channel. Try to speak with it. A voice answered. But it wasn't human. It was deep, digital, ancient. "You hunted me. Now I hunt you." The ship turned to run. The Phantom didn't chase. It simply pulsed red one last time, and the Judgment Star, split in half like paper galaxy in only one probe, survived. It recorded everything. The entire fleet gone in 7 seconds. The video leaked. Billions watched in silence as 40 ships disappeared like dust. The Phantom was no longer a myth. It was real, and now the galaxy knew. Nothing could stop it. A small news feed appeared on a secret military channel, a short, shaky video clip. A soldier's face was pale, breathing fast. Behind him, space on fire. Silent flames. No sound, just light. Then, for 2 seconds, the camera caught it. A massive black ship, floating through wreckage like a ghost through fog. No symbols, no engines, just 2 glowing red eyes. Then the video cut. No one knew who recorded it. No one knew where, but everyone saw it, and everyone believed the Phantom was awake. Fear spreads like fear across the galaxy. Fear grew stronger. Civilian ships turned off lights in deep space. Stations stopped sending signals. Pilots whispered, "Don't. Call attention. Don't let it hear you." Alien generals now refused to enter certain sectors. Even pirates left human borders. Alone, something had changed. This wasn't just a ghost story anymore. It was a living legend, and legends don't sleep. Alien scientists investigate in planet Vostri. Scientists studied the Phantom's attack data. They played the destruction of the Judgment Star again and again, frame by frame. There were no bullets, no missiles, just a red pulse, and ships vanished. One scientist said in fear, "This ship doesn't attack physics. It breaks them. It's rewriting the rules of space." Others believed the ship was powered by ancient human AI something. Lost during the First Great War, some thought it was alive, but one theory was worse. A Valari techmaster said, "The ship is not attacking us randomly. It chooses. It's remembering something and acting on revenge." Earth-still silent messages were sent to Earth daily. "Please explain the Phantom. Is it under your control? Can you stop it? Will it attack us next?" Earth replied once, "We sealed it long ago. We hoped no one would ever find it." Then silence again. Human warships remained in their docks. Not a single human. Fleet moved. No warnings, no defense, no action. Which made the galaxy even more afraid. Civilizations collapse. The Zern Empire shut down half their colonies, fearing attack. The Tarvok moved their capital to a hidden moon. The Valari, memory unlocked, punishment in progress. No one knew where the signals came from, but every time a new one played, a ship disappeared. A strange message on an old satellite one day. A patrol found an old Earth satellite floating near a dying star. It was from the early human space age. On. A message played, a voice come male, human spoke. This ship was not made to protect humans. It was made to judge enemies. If you are hearing this, you have woken the judge. Now you will be seen. Then the satellite melted in the airlock by itself. No fire, no explosion, just heat. All across the galaxy, the Phantom had been seen, but never heard until now. On planet Relna, after the sky cracked open, no attack came. No bombs, no lasers, just a quiet voice broadcast through every screen. Observation complete, judgment begins. And then, silence again. No one knew what it meant, but across the stars. Things started shutting down without warning. Entire defense grids failed. Fleet engines refused to start. Military satellites spun out of control. All the systems were untouched. No hacking deserved to use them anymore. Earth's behavior shocks everyone as fear grew. The galaxy launched their cities, didn't panic. Their leaders didn't speak. The Galactic Council demanded answers. Earth simply replied, "We have not activated the Phantom. We only watched you awaken it. Now we are watching again." Apart, the Galactic Council held an emergency session. One leader shouted, "We must destroy Earth before it sends more weapons like this." Another screamed, "Earth isn't doing this. That ship is moving on its own." And the oldest member stood and whispered, "Maybe that's the point, ... Maybe humans were never afraid of the galaxy. Maybe they were afraid of what they built and what it might become. And now it was becoming something else." Across the stars, strange events grow on a mining moon. Machines began mining by themselves, digging straight down on a battle station. Old human tech inside a museum turned on and whispered, "Still here." A deep space telescope captured the Phantom, sitting still in space. And then, for just 1 second, it looked directly at the camera. The camera melted. One alien ship tries to communicate. The brave ship from the Valari race approached the Phantom. They sent one message: "We surrender. We wish for peace." The Phantom didn't respond. The ship waited. Then a soft light beamed out from the Phantom and scanned them. Every screen on the Valari ship filled with human faces, angry, crying, silent, war images, forgotten battles, destroyed cities. A final message appeared: "You didn't want peace then. Now, ... we don't need it." Then the Phantom vanished again. Galaxies surrender without a fight. Entire worlds started sending messages of surrender not. But they knew one thing: the war was already lost, and the humans hadn't even lifted a finger. The system of 5 suns was one of the brightest, hottest regions in the galaxy. 5 stars burned around 10 planets, home to mining colonies, military bases, and one of the largest alien fleets ever built. It was known as the Furnace, and now it was chosen as the battlefield, not by humans, not by the Council, but by the Phantom. The Phantom appears without warning at 0400 galactic time. Sensors picked up a massive shadow moving into the system. No engine trail, no weapons locked, just one shape, long, black, and silent. Admiral Straw of the Valari Empire stood at the command window of the defense station orbiting Sun 3. "Ready all ships," he ordered. "This is where we end the myth." Over 90 ships surrounded the Phantom: battlecruisers, dreadnoughts, plasma carriers, the largest gathering of firepower in recent history. And yet, no one felt safe. A message from the Phantom before anyone fired. Every ship's screen flickered. Then came a short message. A simple human voice: "You are not enemies, but you chose to stand between justice and silence. So now you will burn with the stars you worship." The suns behind them grew brighter, too bright. The Phantom doesn't fire. The Valari Admiral gave the command: "Fire." Thousands of energy blasts launched at the Phantom. Missiles flew. Plasma cannons roared, but nothing hit. The shots bent away, like the ship controlled gravity itself. Then the Phantom moved. It didn't launch a single weapon. It simply flew slowly between the 5 suns. And then something impossible happened. The suns began to pulse. Each sun began to flash. Their color changed from gold to deep red. Waves of heat rolled through space. One officer screamed, "The stars!" The stars are reacting to the ship. And then the explosions began. Not from weapons, from the stars themselves. The Phantom had triggered a solar storm, one that engulfed the fleet. Total annihilation. Within seconds, 12 ships melted midair. 5 stations collapsed into their planets. Dozens of ships lost shields, then power, then life, in 7 seconds. The entire fleet vanished. No enemy fire, no battle, just heat, as if the suns obeyed the Phantom. The message is clear. The Phantom didn't attack anyone else. It just hovered in space. Between the stars, glowing faint red, survivors from nearby colonies stared at it with terror. A whisper played across open comms: "This is not war. This is memory. And memory burns brighter than fire." Galactic Council declares defeat. For the first time in history, all empires agreed. Do not fight it. Do not speak its name. Do not go near Earth. The Phantom was now treated like a god, a force of nature, something that would leave you alone if you left it alone. After the Battle of Five Suns, there were no more doubts. The Phantom was real. It was powerful, and no one, not even the largest fleets, could stop it. Across the galaxy, thousands of ships were grounded. Borders were closed. All military movements paused because one thing had become clear. If you move, the Phantom might. See you. Fear replaces pride. The proudest empires, Tarvok, Zern, Valari, once ruled with fear. Now, they ruled with silence. Leaders met behind locked doors. Alien citizens wore black bands on their arms to show they would not resist the Phantom. Even pirates and warlords stopped their attacks. The galaxy had changed, not because of war, but because of a memory with red eyes. An emergency council, the Galactic Council, gathered one last time. 50 leaders sat in silence. Admiral Creel of the Zern stood and said, "We have lost. This is not a weapon, it is a curse, and we broke the seal." The Valari Queen added, "We mocked the humans, called them weak, but we forgot their silence was not weakness, it was warning." They all agreed. A message must be sent. To Earth, the surrender message. The Council sent one simple transmission. "We surrender. We ask for peace. Tell your Phantom to stop." Earth received it for 12 hours. There was no reply. Then finally a short message arrived. "Do not command it. You asked for fear. Now you live in it. You are safe. As long as you stay small." Aliens begged for protections. Of alien worlds began building statues of the Phantom, hoping to understand the power, but every attempt failed. Ships caught spying near human borders disappeared. A mining drone that tried to scan the moon, where Phantom once slept, was returned in pieces, floating in a cube of frozen light. A warning: humans say nothing news. Networks begged for interviews. Alien media called out to Earth. "Are you in control? Is the Phantom alive? What do you want?" Earth sent no messages, no statements, nothing. There. Silence said everything. The Phantom just watches it. Didn't attack. It didn't speak. It just appeared from time to time, hovering near alien borders or in forgotten star systems. And whenever it appeared, everyone stopped moving. No signals, no movement, just stillness, until it disappeared again in the far edge of the galaxy. A small science station on planet Elvix 9 picked up a strange signal. Not from any ship, not from any world. It came from the void between galaxies where no light reached and no stars lived. The signal was just a sound, a slow, deep pulse. Like a heartbeat, the scientist froze. "It's back," he whispered. "The Phantom, it's not in our galaxy anymore. It's watching us from outside." Another voice said, shaking. "Or maybe it was never fully here, just showing us pieces of itself." The Phantom stops moving. In the weeks that followed, the Phantom stopped appearing. No more ships vanished. No more stars burned. Some believed it had returned to sleep, but others said it had simply finished its task. It didn't need to destroy. It only needed the galaxy to remember, and the galaxy did. A legend becomes religion. On many planets, temples were built not for gods, but for the Phantom. Some believed it was human revenge turned into a spirit. Others believed it was a living memory, powered by pain. And a few believed the truth was worse. It's not a ship. It's a question. How far will humanity go if you hurt them enough? Humans still say nothing across the stars. Earth remained quiet. No celebrations, no threats, only silence. But deep inside the solar system, on an old moon base, a message was carved into steel by human hands. "We never wanted this. But you asked what happens when we stop being kind. Now you know." Alien empires reshaped. The Zern Empire banned all weapons research. The Valari erased their war records. The Tarvok began training children in peace, not war. And in every school, young aliens were taught, do not disturb Earth. Do not enter human space. Do not wake the Phantom. Final log from a human captain. A secret log was found in an old wreck near Mars orbit. It was the voice of a human fleet commander. Long retired, his message said, "We built the Phantom during our darkest time, when we were alone. When the galaxy wanted us dead, it was meant to be our last breath, a ship that would burn everything if we fell. But we didn't fall. We grew. We chose peace. So we locked the Phantom away. Not because it was dangerous, but because it was too human.